Court does call the case of the People versus Jeffrey Bloom.
On behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sam Bernstein with and on behalf of Mr. Bloom. He's approaching the podium.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning.
We're here for a competency hearing, Your Honor. We've received a copy of the report.
You did?
Doesn't look like the court has.
I have not.
I could forward it to your staff if you'd like.
Okay. Do you have a copy with you or? Yeah. What does it indicate? I can give them mine.
It indicates that Mr. Bloom is competent, and I would be stipulating to the report.
I do need a report. I do need a copy of it because I have to review it before making a find.
Okay.
Presuming that is going to be the finding, and I'll wait so I can at least review it. What are we going to do on this case?
Right now, Your Honor, we're going to be asking for an adjournment of 2 weeks. There are certain discovery requests. We've reviewed the police report. It's that there are copies of reports from 5 or 6 different correctional officers that were not attached to the police report, as well as a written statement from the main complainant, which states that it's been attached, but it hasn't been attached. And we're also going to be asking for body cam videos from Sergeant Craig that states would be part of the discovery, but we don't have that yet, Your Honor. So I think 2 weeks should be enough time for us to get those. I'll send an email to Ms. Barroso later today specifying that, Your Honor. So we're going to be asking for an adjournment to make that happen.
Can I speak?
Well, I've asked the court first, but yeah. And Mr. Bloom would like to make a statement to the court as well, Your Honor.
This never goes well.
Good morning. Good morning. Your Honor, do you remember you blatantly ordered the public defender's office to give me these copies of these officers' reports and look how long it's been and they still.
I don't know whether or not. I don't have a note that I did that. I don't recall that.
Okay, well, it's been since October and they've failed to provide any of this information. Your Honor, if I might put something on the record regarding this case, not to deal with the case, but to deal with me having very little sleep due to a highly painful tooth that I'm being refused care for by the WellPath dentist, same staff who are falsely accusing me of battery on Rocky, a WellPath nurse. I've written multiple kites on 1 page, no paper trail kites. There's no proof that I've even written a kite. So I've gotten no response, but I've had a Midnight Sergeant Christopher D come tell me that I'm being denied dental treatment because of, get this, security issues. These same people who have falsely accused me of injuring them have even denied me Tylenol or Motrin for several days in a row. And all correction staff are indifferent to any requests for help. And the lieutenant over healthcare, Lieutenant Thomas Arnett, whose staff say he and Cindy DeVue are an item, well, he has even gone as far as to manipulate my phone and spread a blatant lie stating no one wants to have contact with me. My mother, father, no one. I've proven this to be a lie, Your Honor, but he is also over the phone system. So yeah, he refuses to answer as to who in fact has told him they want no contact. I've been denied even basic human necessities for over a year, Your Honor, and several COs have told me they don't understand it and will testify for me in court. But Lieutenant Arnett, along with his people, will use any means to justify their malevolent actions, saying I don't accept responsibility for my actions and behaviors. Even when I'm denied Tylenol for days with excruciating dental pain, WellPath has stopped me from taking Parkinson's meds and other meds because they've tried to give me the wrong meds 5 times, Your Honor, in the past year. 2 sergeants threw away this evidence, and Sergeant Cena Justice even had a major misconduct written on me because all I wanted from her was documentation that this happened. Okay, I've got an officer that will testify to that also. I have evidence to support to all I claim, Your Honor. If someone is seeing this, a civil attorney or anyone who can help me, please be sure to contact me and not be deceived or manipulated by jail staff or WellPath. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I've received the report, and the parties are stipulating to the report. And based upon that report, the court would find that the defendant is competent to stand trial, specifically that the defendant can understand the nature and objects of the proceedings against him and can rationally assist in his defense. Therefore, the defendant is deemed competent. Mr. President, I need an order sent to the court for my signature.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then we'll adjourn this matter out to February 21st, 2024 at 9 a.m. And hopefully we'll have all of the information that's requested at that time. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you
so much.
You too.
Okay, so where do we stand with this case today, Ms. Hennigan?
Your Honor, I did have opportunity to meet with my client just this past week. This case has been reassigned to me, as the court is aware. And we are working well together, but I do need to set this out. Well, actually, I think we can just schedule it for trial. And then also, Your Honor, my client has asked me for two things this morning. One, that I make his wishes known, his request known, that he is requesting that the court set aside the contempt that he was previously sentenced on January 24th. Two, that he would like an opportunity to speak with the court, and he understands that he needs to do that within boundaries and guidelines, and be respectful in speaking with the court and take turns. And so I told him that I would ask the court to give him an opportunity to speak to the court, and he has assured me that if at any time I instruct him that he needs to stop conversating, that he will follow my lead, Your Honor.
All right, let me first ask Ms. McClure, is there anything we need to address from people's side at this point?
Just that I wanted to place the offer on the record because I know Ms. Hennigan just inherited the case and we weren't really successful in doing that before. So at this time, the offer as stands as an attempt possession of meth and an R&O. We would agree to no habituals and no MDOC if he pleads to those counts.
Thank you, Ms.
As it stands right now, as current, he is a habitual fourth, and his guidelines are 46 to 120 in the MDOC.
Thank you, Ms. McClure.
Okay, and so if we get to a trial, how many days do we need for that?
Probably just one.
I was going to say two, Ms. McClure, just a caution, but it's up to you.
Maybe a Wednesday plus another day, like a day and a half.
Yes, that sounds great.
All right, so I'm going to set it for a trial then, just so we have a date to move forward one way or the other. Ms. Clark, can you give us a 2-day jury trial date, please?
June 20th at 9 a.m. and June 21st at 9 a.m.
So then, Mr. Lester, what is it that you would like to say?
Every time I try to say something, I was getting cut off, and not to be disrespectful, but it seemed like my Constitution and my civil rights are just being ran through. And it seemed like when I was trying to intervene to try to catch myself to make sure that I was being heard, it seemed like if I didn't say something at that time, I wasn't going to be heard. That's just any conversation between two men. That's usually how it goes. No disrespect to your craft, your jurist, or anything to that nature, but I just wanted to make sure that I was being heard for the court of record, because it seemed like anytime I went to say anything else, I was being cut off. It started all the way down from Mr. Morgan, and I still feel like that my back is against the wall over some driving tickets. I've addressed those so many times, That's what I was arrested for. And it's just like, I'm not being heard. I'm not being heard, and I'm looking to you for some type of guidance, but then I'm just being, it seems like I'm being like double teamed from you and the prosecutor's office. I'm being held for something that I did over 30 years ago, 20 years ago. I haven't been in any trouble. I don't like being in this. I don't like it at all. I can't stand it. I'm around kids now. I can't stand how they look at this. I hate every bit of it. And I just got assaulted yesterday by 3 of them. And to make it so bad, they put us all back in the same block, and I got assaulted in the hole. I don't know. I don't get this. I have no patience for this anymore. And as far as the habitual go, well, you already know that, you know, as far as that goes, the language from Michigan and Ohio is totally different, totally different. And I always thought that had to be a pattern, and I don't have a pattern. This was something that happened in 91. The last time I got in any kind of trouble was in 2000. That's over 23 years ago. And under Michigan's rules, they always, I just read it just not too long ago, that they had an automatic expungement after 10 years. So I'm still trying to figure out why I'm being hit with these habituals like I'm some type of, I stay in trouble all the time. I've done more in this community than anybody has ever been, that I've ever done anywhere else. I'm helping at shelters. I'm doing what I can. I helped at the women's shelters. It's not like I'm just sitting around and thumbing around getting in trouble. I'm not like that. I don't like trouble. I'm trying to help people. I'm not Jesus or anybody trying to save anybody, but I'm trying to be mindful of my fellow human being. That's all I'm trying to do. But I'm tired, man. I've lost everything in the past 6 months. It feels good to say that I'm a government contractor after coming where I come from, because I'm not from here. And I was being told by Ohio that I need to come take care of this. But I didn't want to come in that courtroom without me having some type of foundation to establish myself. I wasn't trying to duck these tickets. And that's what they're trying to make it seem like. And they're trying to make it seem like I was getting in trouble on top of it. And I wasn't. I was assaulted by 2 of the police officers. My finger was busted wide back open. I was stabbed. And that officer knew prior to that. This was what they all ensuing. And nobody seems like they even care. I've been asking for the August 2nd body cams, and I'm not getting anywhere so you can see it for yourself.
Okay.
I am not a troublemaker.
Mr. Fain, wrap it up for me, okay? So that the judge can move on and I can make.
That part, I'm just hurt
right you.
Feelings, man. It hurts me as a human being to see somebody treat me like this. I don't treat people like this.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor, for giving him an opportunity to speak to the court. I'm looking into these things that Mr. Fain is concerned about, and I will be going back over to meet with him to discuss it further. I just wanted him to have a chance today to establish a little trust in the court that you will hear him when he works within the boundaries and the court rules that are established.
All right, I have previously stated in other court hearings my reasons and rationales for the decisions that I've made in this case, and I would stand on those. So we can conclude the pre-trial in this matter. Mr. Lester, you can let the officer that's with you know that you are done with court for today.
I'm going to do a breakout session before I go with Mrs. Hennigan before I go. I need to talk to her real fast. Because I'm still, I ain't got no
Your Honor,
choice.
is the court able to accommodate that? If not, I can go over and see him.
Yeah, I can't do that briefly.
Thank you.